So today we're going to learn how to use this critter. This is the direct ophthalmoscope. You've all seen it. You've all tried to use it. Hopefully you've all been able to turn one on. That's not a complete joke. It's not easy. And it's very difficult to use to see the back of the eye. So this little primer is going to be about the ophthalmoscope and its features and a couple of basic principles about how to use it to see the back of the eye, how to begin to use it to see the back of the eye. So why don't we start? This model is a Welch Allen ophthalmoscope. I don't have any interest in the company. I don't have any interest in anything that they make that I know of. But it's the one that you're going to see hanging on the wall in most examining rooms that you go to, some variation of it, or at the bedside in the hospitals that you work. So we're going to go over this one and its features. Other models might not be identical, but they'll have similar features. And you'll see that after we've had this talk, that a lot of it doesn't make any difference anyway. Okay? Pardon me? So, number one is how to turn it on. And here we have the button that we push down, turn the wheel, and the light comes on. There it is. The light comes on. And then we turn the wheel back, the light goes off, push the button down, turn the wheel, and the light comes on again. That's just the way it works. Now, when we look at the part of the ophthalmoscope that faces the patient, we see here that this is where the light comes out. So if we turn it on, oh, there you can see the light coming out at you. And just below that is a toggle switch which has green, then it has a circle with nothing in it, and a circle with an X in it. That circle with nothing in it has no filter at all. The circle that is green is actually a red-free filter, and that red-free filter filters out all light that is red, and that makes it look green. And the other one has a neutral density filter, the one with the X. Some people think that the red-free filter allows you to see red things better in the back of the eye. Red things like blood vessels, red things like hemorrhages. For all practical purposes, that may be true, but you're never going to use it for that. So you never use the red-free filter. And the neutral density filter makes the light less bright. So here, if you see the light with the neutral density filter on my hand, and then I move it over to the no filter, you see how it's brighter here than here? This is bright, this is no filter, this is dimmer, this is the neutral density filter. And we need as much light as we can to see in the back of the eye, believe me. So you only use the no filter. So of these three in the front of the ophthalmoscope, the red-free, no filter, and neutral density filter, we only use no filter. So exclude the red-free filter, exclude the neutral density filter, and only use no filter. Now, just below that is a wheel, and on this wheel are the different shapes of light. And let's discuss those. Now we're going to look at the different fields that we can use. This is the large circle, or the large light, which you'll never use, because when you shine a large light into the back of the eye through the pupil, it makes the pupil small, and if you try to fit a big light through a small pupil, you can't see anything. This is the middle-sized light. Once again, you never use the middle-sized light for the same reason. You try to shine a light into the pupil gets small, and you can't fit the light in. It bounces off the edges of the pupil, and you don't see anything. This is the small light. this is the one you're going to use. The small light with no filter is the one that you want to use. It's the only one you want to use to see the back of the eye. This is the cobalt blue filter, which many ophthalmoscopes have, which is great for like using it to enhance fluorescein staining on the surface of the eye, on the cornea, or on the conjunctiva. But to view the back of the eye, we never use it. This is the slit, which is supposedly used to see if something's elevated in the back of the eye. Turns out that doesn't work, and so we never use it. This is the target, which is supposedly used to measure how big things are in the back of the eye. 4 hash marks by 2 hash marks, or 6 hash marks by 3 hash marks. And once again, we never use this target because, as you can tell, if we're a little closer, and I'm moving the ophthalmoscope closer, the hash marks are a different size and may have different significance than if they're farther away. So we never use the target. So in summary, you never use the large light. You never use the middle-sized light. You only use the small light with no filter. You never use the cobalt blue light unless you're using it for fluorescein staining on the cornea. You don't use the slit for anything, and you don't use the target. Once again, to stress the point, you only use the small light. This is the one you're going to want to use.